In the serene hills of Willowbrook lived an old shepherd named Thomas. His days were a rhythmic dance with nature, tending to his flock of sheep. Thomas's weathered face and gentle demeanor spoke of many years spent under the sun and stars. One bright morning, as Thomas led his sheep to the lush pastures, a curious young man named David approached. David had heard tales of Thomas's wisdom and wanted to experience a day in the shepherd's life. "Good morning, Mr. Thomas," David greeted. "I've heard much about you. May I spend the day with you and learn about your way of life?" Thomas looked up with a warm smile. "Good morning, David. I'd be happy to have you with me. There's a lot to learn from the land and the sheep." As they walked through the meadow, David observed how Thomas guided the sheep with a calm authority. "How do you manage to keep them together, especially when they seem so scattered?" David asked, intrigued. Thomas glanced back and replied, "It's about understanding and patience. Each sheep is different. Some are more curious, while others are content to follow." David followed closely, watching as Thomas checked on the sheep's health and ensured they had fresh water. "Mr. Thomas, what do you find most rewarding about shepherding?" David inquired. Thomas paused for a moment, looking out over the flock. "The most rewarding part is the connection I have with these animals and the land. It's a simple life, but it's full of meaning. Watching the seasons change and seeing the lambs grow, there's a profound sense of fulfillment." As the sun began to set, painting the sky in warm colors, Thomas and David made their way back to the shepherd's cottage. The tranquility of the evening was soothing, and they settled down for a simple meal of bread and cheese. David, feeling grateful, said, "Thank you for sharing your day with me, Mr. Thomas. I've learned a lot about patience and the beauty of this way of life." Thomas nodded, his eyes reflecting the setting sun's glow. "It's been a pleasure, David. Remember, life is about understanding and respecting those around you, whether they are people or animals." With a newfound appreciation for the simple yet profound life of shepherding, David left the valley, carrying with him the lessons and peace of the old shepherd's way.